This world, which its people call Krataris, is home to much strife. Humans live on a continent called Agrum. Nearly 1,000 years ago, a woman named Skye heard a voice beckoning her to the world's highest mountaintop. When she came down, she claimed to be the wife of a god and spread her faith to the people of a country called Ybor, before mysteriously disappearing. 3.5 centuries later, the king of Ybor began a bloody crusade in the name of this god, conquering all of Agrum in the process. Under imperial rule, other religions and mythologies were erased, replaced by the Yborian faith. They now simply call themselves the clergy, and their god is just God. On what should have been a moonless night in the year 500, a blood-red moon rose in the sky over Agrum. Under that ominous light, countless monsters pulled from the now-burned pages of mythology came into being, and humanity was gifted with magic. The ensuing chaos created a dark age. After only a century, the Yborian Empire began its slow collapse. It was defeated not by warriors, but by monsters. However, as the Empire receded, the clergy's grip tightened. Their ruthless inquisitors promised to keep the people safe from monster and mage alike. Amid the Empire's retreat, first contact was made between humans, elves, and dwarves. While uneasy at first, the three species agreed to peace. Offshoots of humanity with the features of demons, dragons, and undead arise, creating confusion and suspicion. The mysterious Stoneborn, petrified for unknown eons, walk the world in search of clues to their past. Now, in the year 999, the Empire is completely gone. Ybor is a humble kingdom once more, and its people cower behind the clergy's inquisitors. In the humble port town of Ankos, the Inquisition calls for the aid of mercenaries in dealing with a mysterious threat. Responding to the call for mercenary aid, 5 strangers arrived at a church in Ankos. They are Mahia, a risen wizard played by Katie, Theodosia, an elven thief played by Meg, Pandora, a human former inquisitor played by Sam, Zephyrosion, a Netherblood former soldier played by Mitchell, and Roni, a Drakeblood former priest played by Charm. The 5 were ushered into a side room of the church, where they were introduced to Inquisitor Captain Lucio Corvi. Captain Corvi informed them that a recent earthquake and a diversion in the capital have thinned his forces, and he needs them to take down some nearby bandits. The trouble is that the bandits have been acting strangely feral, and the work of a witch or monster is suspected. Theodosia negotiated an increase in their pay, a few of them gave the captain fake names, and they were off. Along the road out of town, the party got to know each other just a little bit, giving their real names and explaining what they bring to the table in combat. In short time, they found the site of the bandits' most recent attack. While they attempted to ambush the party, they were outsmarted and flanked. As described, they fought to the death with an unnatural degree of aggression, refusing to surrender or flee. Following their bloody trail of footprints, the party located their camp in the woods. However, one of the bandits had killed all the others, entranced by some strange power. He was ambushed, and when he determined that he was going to lose the battle, he attempted to take his own life. He was saved thanks to a healing spell cast by Roni, claimed that he had no memory of events since the earthquake, and was taken prisoner. On the edge of the bandits' camp, the earthquake broke a large boulder and revealed an underground passage. Roni and Zephyrosion went inside, discovering an Imperial-era tomb containing a single unlabeled sarcophagus. The figure topping the sarcophagus had a strange stiletto dagger embedded in its heart, which Zephyrosion removed. Doing so seemed to have released some ghostly entity made of green fire, but it flew away to the northeast before anyone could do anything about it. Back above ground, they made themselves comfortable in the bandit camp and rested before preparing to head back to Ankos. In the morning, the party left the Dorius Woods and hiked back to Ankos. At the outskirts of the city, they were met by a few Inquisitor guards, who took the bandit they captured into custody and led them to meet with Captain Corvi again. They filled the captain in on the events of the past day, leaving out any details about the magic dagger or the green fire, and received their pay. As they were wrapping up, they were ambushed by an animated tree and 3 witches. The tree punched through a window and attempted to grab Captain Corvi, but missed. This triggered an all-out brawl, with the party springing into action to assist the Inquisitors in defending the town. While one guard was killed by the tree and one witch used magic to escape, the party emerged victorious. Mahia noticed a magical sigil carved into the formerly animated tree, and seemed to recognize it. After being thanked by Captain Corby, they headed to a local inn to rest for the night. There, they discovered a note left by an unknown person. The writer knows that they've done something by taking the dagger, claims the witch attack is just the beginning of their troubles, and demands that they meet in Imperia to discuss how to fix the situation they've created. They go to bed and prepare to head out of town in the morning. After receiving a mysterious request to go to Imperia, the party spent their morning buying a few supplies and then set out on the road. While no one gave a full retelling of their backstory, they did continue to slowly share little bits of information about themselves. Amusingly, they began to suspect that Mahia and Theodosia may be romantically involved, but still only Roni suspects that Mahia is undead. Along the road, they talked their way past some bandits, helped out a stuck caravan of wine merchants, and avoided a fight with some wandering griffins. Outside the gates of Imperia, they learned that the Inquisition had enacted a temporary lockdown while they searched for someone, presumably a mage. They could have waited until the lockdown was lifted in the morning and joined some of the campers for the night, but instead, Theodosia decided to lie her way in. She told the guards that their group had been hired by the Inquisition to assist with the witch hunt, but they lost their paperwork to some bandits along the road. They signed a new contract and disappeared into the crowd before stopping at an inn for the night. And we're here. We made it. We are live with episode 4. Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
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 Hi.
Thanks everybody for tuning in, whether you're here right now or in the future. We are gonna get started today, actually, with patch notes, because we have those. We didn't have those last episode. Because this is a beta. It's not done being made. So, we're now on version 0.2.1.5. At the top here, just changed a bunch of prerequisites for features. Nothing that affects the ones we're using right now, but if anyone cares to read, that is there. Changed some of the rules about potion and spell scrolls crafting. Basically, just if you know it, you don't have to roll for it. You just have to spend the money, but you just don't have to roll a crafting check. Added in the clarification that you can now use the think option to ask questions about lore and not just gameplay stuff. Everybody that I made a character with had to ask me about passive detection 2 or 3 times, so I just made it bigger and more obvious. And then a couple other small little typo fix type things. So not a huge patch, but that is what we got in this update. And I'm sure it'll be different again next time. So,
Hell yeah.
Recapping the previous session, like I said in the little cutscene, narration me said that we traveled to Imperia, basically. That was the whole session. Lied to the Inquisition to get in, as you do, because they had a lockdown temporarily to look for someone. But it's the morning now, and that lockdown has been lifted. You guys can, come down from the inn you were staying in and go into sort of the tavern area where you have breakfast or whatever if you want to have some morning roleplay to warm up here. And then the only thing on the agenda for you guys today is go visit whoever left you that letter. So you can decide if you want to do that immediately, if you want to explore town a little bit first, what you want to say to them, how you want to play things. Go ahead.
Can we overhear any or find news about what happened overnight with this whole city being shut down situation and this missing person that they were looking for?
Yeah, you can just ask around. There's the innkeeper at the bar or whatever there, and there's other guests mingling in the lobby area, sort of. So yeah, if you want to approach someone and ask that, that's fine.
Yeah, just kind of a general, what happened last night? What happened yesterday in general?
Right. Yeah, you walk up to another group of commoners who are staying over, merchants, travelers by the look of them. And one of them says to you, "Oh, well, I heard that there was a Inquisitor said there was a mage on the loose. It happens every now and then. We figure it was just a student from the academy. Probably trying to run away or something.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Usually that's what it is. It happens every so often."
Did they catch them?
They lifted the lockdown this morning, so maybe, but I don't know. Can't say.
Fun.
And then a murmur of not sure, maybe, probably.
Weird. I think at that point I would just kind of have a little bit of a breakfast bite. Sit with the party here. So what was the building we need to go to for this person that knows who we are? Do we want to go there first?
The mysterious tree attack.
Yeah, the mysterious tree letters and attack.
Well, we could theoretically do that first, though. I would say we want to get a read of the town before doing that.
I would love to do that personally.
Yeah, what is that? Mage attacks out of nowhere, lockdowns. A bit of a concerning thing.
Yeah, they seem really nonchalant about it, though.
The mage attack could be nothing in regards to us.
Also true.
I still think we should take a look around the town just to get an idea of what's here, and then we go see about the letter that we got.
Okay.
Yeah. Go investigate some of the local players.
Okay, so if that's the consensus, what you guys can do basically is spend pretty much the entire morning, because it's a really big city, walking to the smithy where you're supposed to have this meeting instead of taking like a carriage or something.
Leisurely stroll. Let's go.
Yeah, you can basically.
You got to work out the knees when you're my age, at that point.
And so, let me have something that happens along the way then. Let's see here. So, as you're walking, again, it like I said last time, big bustling city. You're seeing it in the daylight for the first time, and as said, the Cathedral of Saint Ashare, which is near where the meeting you're supposed to have is the only building left in the city that still has full gilding. Right, it's fully covered in gold, as the entire city used to be. Now it's all the gray stone underneath, and there's a few portions of the palace that are as well, and as the sun is coming up to the east, east, it catches it. It's quite a sight. It's very reflective still, and it kind of bathes the whole all the streets in this like golden reflection as you get closer to the cathedral. And as you're walking and taking in the sights, merchants and commoners and everybody is abound and moving around. There are all sorts of shops and stalls lining the roads. And as you're going, you realize that there is another... the road you're going down is quite thin, and there's a point where there's 4 Inquisitors, just common guard types.
Hood up.
Yeah, they're just sort of doing guard duty, and there's 4 of them, 2 on either side of the road, and they're just kind of watching people go by, looking at everybody. Can I get a detection check from everyone as you're going past this area?
Yeah,
Sure.
Absolutely. Good at detecting things.
Not
Damn.
necessarily, no.
I was just like, am I?
Look, I was just
Not good, not bad.
Not good, but a good roll.
nice.
What were we talking about before the game? Rolling above a 6.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It
Did I
did not
pass that
happen.
curse onto you, son? I'm sorry.
All right,
Everybody.
what do we got? Just shout them out.
21.
Okay. You then.
13.
An unnatural 20.
One.
Pretty good.
Sorry.
Woo.
All right, this makes sense. So, Mahia and Theodosia, you two notice that while everybody else is just kind of moving past these Inquisitors without a care because they're just doing guard duty and everybody's just going about their non-criminal business, you do notice that there is one person standing a few tens of feet back, looking nervous and not wanting to go through the this sort of checkpoint that they have here. And you realize that this person you're looking at, this young woman, is familiar to you. If you guys remember in the last session, brief bit of narration because you didn't talk to her at all, but you asked a couple that was waiting outside at a campfire to go into the city during the lockdown.
Yeah.
Like, what was up?
Oh, yeah.
Sitting with them was a young woman who didn't look related to them, who you didn't happen to talk to. You're looking at her now in the city,
Okay.
presumably having gotten in this morning, and she seems reluctant to go past these Inquisitors. No one else is particularly paying her any mind. She just sort of looks like she's like faking doing stuff at one of these market stalls, like sort of looking through the goods, but like constantly looking over her shoulder to like see if the guards move. So yeah, if you'd like to talk to her or something, yeah, it's kind of a weird scene you got going on here.
Does anyone want to approach her first?
Well, did
See?
just two notice her, or did we all notice her?
Just the two of them noticed her so far, unless you two want to share.
And we were the two that also went over to that fire. We were the
Right.
only two that went over to who would have
You
recognized
were the only
her.
one who got like a close look at her, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like I said
Okay.
last time, she looks to be Iborian, local, and young, probably 19, 20.
Okay. Myuu, what do you think?
I'm just going to start walking over.
All right. Just follow her.
I'll walk
Uh,
up next to her
Okay.
and kind of just nonchalantly lean next to her and just say, if you keep looking over your shoulder at them, it's going to draw attention to you.
And she sort of gasps slightly under her breath, and looks over and has a moment of recognition. She recognizes you. She's like, I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Sure, we'll go with that then.
I could. She's like,
You could walk that way, and I point to the direction that they're in.
She looks at you, very, very desperately. Can you help me at all, or?
Help you with what exactly?
And she pulls the two of you just off to the side a little bit away from the market stall. And she's like, and she realizes that you're an elf, you have sort of the look of another mage about you. So she's like, they're looking for me, and I need to get out of here.
I'm so happy I've met you.
Incredible. Why exactly are they looking for you again?
And she points over. You can see it on the horizon over the buildings. You can see the thin tower that is, the tower, the mage school, the local arcanum. And she's like, I got out of there and wasn't supposed to do that yet. And I need to get down to the docks, and it's that way.
You were outside of the city. Why did you come back into the city to go to the docks?
Well, I was supposed to meet someone there to leave, and they heard that I got out, and they started searching the city, and I panicked. I could only get to the gate. I couldn't get to the docks. I figured I'd come back in. I got stuck out overnight. Just came back in this morning, and thought I could get down there now, but they're still looking. So
Well, let's see if the group wants to help. I'm just gonna walk back to the group.
I look at her. Wait here, darling. Also, stick to the shadows. Why would you go out in the sunlight? And I head back.
she like pulls her like, cloak a little bit tighter and leans against the wall. Yeah.
Go up to
Oh,
the group.
they're making friends. I'm so proud of them.
We
Well,
relay
our-
the info.
Yeah, our friend needs help.
We have a
Explain why.
You made
Oh.
friends for real. I'm so happy for you both.
I was wondering where you ran off to.
All right. Well, we need to get them down to the dock.
Right? Yeah. What do you need? Do they just want to walk there? Because they can just kind of join.
They-
join with us.
Cannot be seen by the unfriendlies.
Okay. Okay.
It's not very descriptive. What do you mean by unfriendlies?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna turn and stare in the direction of the Inquisition people that are clearly looking out for people and just go, I have no idea.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Do we need a distraction?
You like one?
I mean, if we're big enough, are they big, tiny, small? Can we like group up? There's enough of us. Maybe if they're in the middle, they won't notice.
Form like a
You want to do like an Assassin's Creed 1 crowd blend?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look, no
Yeah.
one will ever ask any questions.
I mean, that could work. It couldn't, like, it's not impossible. You may want to
Amazing.
bolster that with a spell or something, but
Pandora, what are your thoughts?
And you're sure that they're not dangerous? They're just hanging out trying to avoid the guards?
They're a kid. Leaving school.
Okay. I've seen
Best way to
kids
put
do crazy things, but you didn't get the sense that they were gonna do something awful. I trust you, so
I mean, I
yeah,
don't
we
think
could
truancy is
either
illegal
make a...
in the town.
All right. Then yeah, let's.
Or we could either distract them, or I mean,
How are these guards assembled?
it's
Like,
a,
are they
it's a
just
thin
kinda, like, in a
road,
straight
and
line?
It's two on each side.
Two on each side.
You're
Okay.
standing 2 and 2, looking at
Okay.
people as they go by.
Okay.
Every now and then they'll like tap someone on the shoulder and they'll like look under a hat or something, but otherwise they don't say much.
Okay.
I mean, I could hologram her face to look like something else, but if they're looking for a mage, is magic going to be the best solution?
yeah,
None of
they'd
these
be able
guys
to
look
see
like
through it.
mages. They just look like the normal guards, but
I guess the easy route would be some sort of distraction as they go past. Alternatively, we can try to make them look a little different, like you said, with the hologram, or just like changing their clothes. Somewhat.
Like, start a small fire somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's that? Fires.
You know, I'm very
I'm
proud that you're
fairly
not
certain
interested in
arson-
shooting the guards in the leg. I'm very proud that you
Katie,
haven't.
you also
I-
know, yeah.
did think about it. I did
That's
think
all
about
right.
it, but I
That's
didn't think
progress.
it would be useful.
Growth.
I also
is
think
true
arson
growth. Thank
is
you.
illegal. I'm just saying.
Mhm.
So depending on how much you want to break the law to help out
Um,
your friend.
Alex, is there anything within the town, like little shops or something that, like little market stalls or anything?
Yeah, you could get her like a scarf or something, but the Inquisitors are occasionally looking at people like if they have part of their face covered. That might actually be more suspicious than just going by barefaced. I was gonna say, Katie, Mahia does know altered appearance.
I do.
Yeah,
You don't have to
Sure.
you don't have to finagle a hologram to do it. You can.
I'm really good at reading. I also read Muddled Mind, and I was like, maybe that could work.
Yeah, let me just deal
However-
psychic damage to the guards. That won't be weird at all.
Do we want to
So,
risk doing
Mahia,
magic
we
in
could
the
do-
capital, though?
I can't alter appearance. The range is self.
You can with the shared spell modification.
Does it have that one?
I think so.
It does.
It does.
Extended, and shared. Okay.
Yeah, it makes it
That's
cost.
the thing.
It makes it cost one more, and it changes the range from self to adjacent.
Okay.
I look over at Amatia and I say, so that's an option, or I finagle us a little reptilian help.
You have lizards in your pocket?
Are you a lizard?
All valid questions.
All valid questions. Would I be able to
I really hope
just
she's a
transform
lizard.
my tongue just so I could show it as a snake? Like a
Okay.
That's why I was
Jill, I did
asking
not
if there
know
was
you
like
had
a
it.
market I could go scare people at or something.
Yeah, you could also go for the full
Like you're gonna pull like,
route.
there's a snake in my boot.
Yeah.
create
I'm in the boot.
yeah, you could like create a panic that the guards, as guards, would be
Exactly,
like, oh,
that
we
was
should go
the
check that out and help
idea.
people.
Yeah.
So we've got two
That's
options.
the other option.
I think. Why don't we try the distraction route first? I don't
You could also do
don't
both.
trust that there's
You
not.
could disguise her and
potential-
create a diversion.
Yeah, my concern is that I don't know if there's not any Inquisitors that have the ability to actually check for magic and sense magic, like certain
So that's-
somebody over here
Yeah.
in the city.
So yes,
Is
that,
there?
I was gonna
I
answer that question.
would I be able to recognize that, Alex?
You
I think
would
I
know
would see
looking
enough
at
of them.
these
Can I get a
these four
sense?
guys that they are just your average rank and file guards.
those four aren't, but that
ah.
ability was like a mile.
What did you call
range.
them? Rank and what?
Rank
So
and
I'm not
file.
worried about those four.
I've never heard that term before.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
It's just like
They're just basic ass
privates.
bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
standing in a line,
Pawns.
standing in rank.
We got to distract him first.
Rank and file.
Yeah, that's a word. Back me up, chat.
Yeah,
No, I
it's a
completely
thing.
believe you. I just never heard it before.
Amazing.
Yeah, these are just normal guards that are part of the Inquisition. There are the spy agent types like yourself, and then there are mages, they're just more typical full-on mages, and then there are captains, and you don't see any of them around. The spy type, of course, could always be around, but that's always a risk.
I don't know if I would volunteer taking that risk in the capital. Random town, sure, but if there are mage hunters about that can just know when you're sneakily casting magic within a mile radius, which we've already now experienced, I'm not gonna do something in the city that's like a mile wide. So I feel like we should try some mundane options first.
I
Let's
mean,
go lizards.
What do you think?
I mean, just
Yeah.
push over
Team
a
lizard.
market stall. Haven't you caused a distraction before? Talk
As
to
a lizard.
Talk to them.
As a lizard.
We can use words. We can talk to them while she walks by.
words are
But-
sometimes very helpful. I've learned.
Yeah.
I will
We could
not
also
be
shoot him
talking
in the
to
foot.
I
them.
have an idea, but I'm not going to say it. This is what I would do.
There are a couple options.
And yeah,
It's similar to the
Maya,
lizard
I
plan, it's just a
understand. You
different
don't have to talk
animal,
to them.
It's going small, but
I'm
if
team
you...
lizard.
I'm very concerned as to why we're trying to distract the guards while walking your friend to the pier.
Same. I feel like we should start walking and
Exactly.
see what happens first.
Unless you're hiding something.
We've already explained to you that the guards can't find them.
Yeah, but if she's walking really fast, who knows how much of a face they're gonna see?
They're checking. They're stopping and checking people.
They didn't stop anybody. They just peeped
The
under
man
their.
with the hat. The one that had a
They
hat.
peeped under the hat. They didn't stop him.
Yeah, but they still saw
One
us,
thing
right?
that I've learned is that if you walk into some place confidently,
Yeah,
no one stops you.
that's how I left.
But she's
Wait,
so
what?
unconfident that our two friends here clocked her from down the market.
That
I
is
don't
true.
think
We
walking
met
with
her
confidence
yesterday.
is
Very
Our two
quickly.
friends are very good
Yeah.
at finding things that are out of place, though.
That is also
Very
very
This
true.
is very
We above table. We are heroic adventurers. We are better than the average bear. Crazy.
What?
You'd think. You would think.
All right, then our other option is to put on a show.
Yeah, I was like, we can knock shit over. We can call. There was the fire option. We can talk to them. We've got
There's
some
always a fire option.
non-magical.
I
choices.
think
a good
fire
shirt.
should be
There's-
very low on that list, especially in the capital. But if you guys want a show, I can think of a couple of options.
Yeah, how good do you look shirtless?
I mean, it's cold out.
And? That just means your nipples will be bigger.
I feel like we're on the same page. We're just on different sides of that same page.
Yeah? Put on a show.
Fair enough. Is there a market stall around here?
Plenty.
There's so many.
Plenty? All right. Zephyros and Glenn. Like I said, he's height-wise short king.
Yes.
Very wide, very stocky. He's going to... What is it? He's going to down a good portion of... I don't know. We're going to buy some morning alcohol is what we're going to do.
You might still have some of that bottle of wine from a few days ago.
Yeah, he's gonna down part of that bottle of wine.
The rest of it.
Yeah.
You just gotta go for the town drunk act.
Exactly. And play it up a little bit. You know, kind of muscle past some of the guards a little bit. Oh, excuse me. Just kind of try to find my way and stumble into one of the market stalls and try to cause as much a mess as possible, as if he's trying in a hurry to get across the market to the far side to like some imaginary meeting first thing in the morning.
All right, and then while that's happening, the rest of you.
Love the idea of Mahir running over to her and be like, I don't know what the plan is. Just laugh with me if I start laughing and scream if I start screaming. I don't know what the plan is. And links arm with her and just starts walking slowly.
Okay. So
I'll walk
while he's
with you
doing that, the
guys.
rest of you are gonna try to scoot by. So
Big,
first,
loud.
I don't leave Zephyros do by himself though, so if the three of them are up, I'd like to like stay in the middle in case they start like harassing him,
you're
and
not,
I
like,
have to be like,
running
"Oh
by
my
the
god, my
checkpoint.
friend!"
hopefully
Yeah.
you'll just be
Yeah.
right past it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just
speedy walk.
rolling.
Excuse me, I thought it was a huckleberry wine. I didn't think it was. I thought it was coffee liqueur. What is this?
So the four of you give me stealth checks,
Good.
and then I'm gonna roll for her as well.
Ah,
Maybe
good.
party stealth check. She's all right. She'll be average.
26.
21.
18.
Okay. So probably pretty good.
Probably pretty
Yeah.
good.
I mean,
Super sneaky.
and then Zephyros, give me a performance check. I guess this would be.
All right,
Performance-
let's hope this is
performance or
above a
deception,
6.
but-
They're gonna be the same regardless.
Okay.
So, let's see. It's a D20, and here we go. That is a total of 15.
Okay.
It's a little
let's see.
messy.
It's a little messy.
Good.
It was.
More
It's
mess
a
the better,
fully improv plan.
Considering
Let's see.
that a guard has a default passive detection of 13, I'm gonna say that's
Okay.
good enough. That's not
Okay.
really what passive detection is for, but
Was ready to square up if needed.
no. So you look drunk. You kind of shoulder them a little bit so that they're looking at you mostly. The other 5 of you walk by and they pay you no mind. And one of them just sort of grabs you by like the elbows to stabilize you and helps you up and says, looks at you in the face, realizes that you are a Netherblood and is not the person that he's looking for. And he just goes,
What? You ever
oh.
see a guy with horns before?
he goes, just get out of here. And he just kind of throws you off to the side. Kind of shoves you.
Clean
If you want to like
yourself
fall
up.
down to sell it, you could sell it, but
Well, it's not what your mom said, but all right.
Ooh, good. Got him.
Got him.
got him.
Dab. I can't really dab. I got too much shit over here, but
Now just knock everything off the counter.
amazing. Does that get her across?
Yeah,
through
you're
this little
through.
checkpoint?
You're now 50 feet down the road, all of you, and there's enough crowd between you and them that you're in the clear to talk here if you want to talk to her.
How far is the dock?
Quite a ways further, but that was like a notable choke point of streets there. She has other ways to get there. If you want to go with her the whole way, it's only a slight detour to go just a bit past the cathedral to get to the docks, but...
We kind of wanted to see what the town's like anyway, so I
We're
would go
already
with
here.
her.
Yeah.
I would go with her for that detour.
I don't know how far away I'm away, but I'm
Might
gonna
as
try to catch up.
Yeah, it doesn't take long, yeah.
Welcome back.
Honestly, though, morning wine not the best thing. I'm gonna say it right there.
She's like, that was a good idea, thank you.
What is your name?
Oh, I'm Verania.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
And yeah, like I said to them, I was a student there at the academy, and well, they denied my graduation 2 years in a row, so,
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, that's usually a
Did
sign.
they give reason behind denying it?
attitude, but
Oh,
they say that about a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about it.
Seeing as how you lack the confidence just to walk, I'm assuming the attitude means a little cowardice.
She's like, no, not exactly.
Sass, wasn't it?
Actually, I
Sassy.
believe
Was
running
it
away is
sass?
quite brave.
It is brave. As long as you don't get killed, then it's.
Exactly. Where do you plan to go from here?
Well, I got a letter from some sympathizers, I guess you could say, who they have a ship at the docks, and I'm to meet them there.
Oh,
Well, be careful. There
Yeah,
are
I
people
don't-
who would look to take advantage of somebody running away like that. So
I'm
make
with
sure.
Pandora on that one.
She's like,
Yeah.
I know.
Just a
I know.
name?
Ominous
the name of the
clandestine
group?
letters?
Was it a letter or was it a caller? What kind of person? Like a person caller, not like a phone. We don't have phones here.
It was a letter.
May I see?
No, I burned it.
good.
Marco.
Oh.
Clever girl.
Do you zero the name of the group?
It was just signed with a G, a letter G.
Was our
I
letters
have
emoji?
an inkling of who it might be.
Letter.
Somebody I met in town once, but I don't know for sure.
Well, who
Another
do you think
mage.
it is?
A mage I met once on the last time I tried this.
Here's
Oh.
a
How many
bit of a
times have you
suggestion,
tried?
if you don't mind me piping up here. You don't got to give it a name. I understand how this whole kind of thing works. What you can do is give a description. You can have a couple friends here go make sure that you're not getting enslaved or shipped off somewhere you didn't want to be while we're
Yeah.
going to the docks.
If you want to walk with me there and make sure that everything seems in order, then
Yes.
that would be most welcome.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything to help someone else, get out of there. Not a good place to be for many.
Thank you for understanding. And
Of course, I do got a question though.
yeah.
For Ronnie, you said you also left?
What? No, of course not.
Oh, okay.
She's still there.
We're in public. Gosh, be coy. I know that's hard. It's only because you seem
I'm
very
there too.
engaged
We're
in
both
being-
still there.
I am totally still there as well. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah,
Totally.
Am I the only one that never went to school?
probably.
Oh,
Cool. Sure.
Depends on what you define school as, you know?
Exactly.
You could be
Yes,
homeschooled.
I could also agree here.
We'll walk to the dock.
Yeah. You walk to the docks.
Keep our eyes peeled.
You kind of go long way around, zigzag through some streets, avoiding other patrols. But it's nothing you can't manage. And by midday, you're at the docks. And she points to one of the ships, and she says, "That one there. I think it should be that one." And you can see on the deck of the ship, it's there's like it's like a long row of a bunch of piers parallel to each other. And it's like a medium-sized sailing ship. It's not like a giant warship or anything, but it's more than just like a little rowboat. And standing on the deck there is a man who's probably in his 30s, and he's also a Drake blood, meaning a dragon lineage person like Charm or like Roni. And his scale pattern is white, so cold. White with like blue iridescence to it. And he's just sort of standing at the bow of the ship with his arms sort of rested on the ledge, looking out at the docks. And she looks just, that's him. That's the man I met the last time I tried to escape.
Oh, interesting. Is he carrying anything odd on his person? Does he look pretty much kind of like your
Nope,
standard
he's wearing
sailor?
a normal winter cloak. He might have some light armor under there, but
Do I see anything with sigils on it? Whether it's my coven, some another coven.
no. In fact, you would almost say that they've made efforts to make this ship look incredibly mundane.
Amazing.
Like suspiciously so? Like it's kind of weird that it's so mundane, or it's just mundane?
Yeah, no, it's just very plain. The only thing that sticks
Do
out
I get
about
the
it is.
goosebumps? Is something weird? Do I
The
feel?
Would you like to make a
Goosebumps.
Intuition?
Would you like to make
I'm
an
about to ask.
intuition check?
Can I get a rough check on like
Yes.
the crew? Are they like on the up
A
and up,
vibe
or are they a
check?
little shady?
Yeah, give me
Yeah,
a vibe check.
I need a
Roll
vibe check.
Go ahead and roll that.
I have terrible vibe checks apparently.
Okay, nothing sticking
Their
Or the
out.
vibes are
vibe.
elven, you know? This is a different culture.
Exactly.
As someone who's used to working on the wrong side of the law, can I do a bit of a different vibe check here? I don't know if intuition would still count.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah,
All right, so I got a +7 to
have
this. so-
everybody do it, but
I just see a seagull
Yeah.
fly by.
Seagull.
Oh.
That's 23.
okay.
The first time I roll above 10.
You get the impression from the guy that he is looking around suspiciously, but in the way that any mage in a big city full of inquisitors would be.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Not the way that he's going to
Not
sell.
an evil
sell
look on
somebody
his
out.
face. It's a friendly face. Dragon scales aside, you know, he looks like a normal nice guy. Just sort of peering out at the harbor. Yeah. I'll have him roll to see if he notices you. That's cocked. He does, because I rolled a 17, and he would have had good detection. Yeah, he locks eyes with Verania, actually, the girl, and gives just a subtle wave, trying not to make too much commotion, and like a little come here.
Well, seems alright. Well, it's nice to meet you, Verania. Good luck.
Thank you. If it's all the same, just if you have 10 more minutes, just watch to make sure nothing crazy happens. But
Wait till the door closes.
right.
Yeah.
When dropping off your friend at their house.
Exactly.
Be like, all right,
You gotta walk. You
Um,
gotta walk them up to the door. Just make sure they're inside.
do you want us to talk to him?
No,
Let
no.
him in the
Like I
way?
said, I know him, however briefly, but I believe I can trust him. It's just listen. I don't exactly know where the ship goes. I just know that a lot of us runaway students have gotten out this way, and if you ever find yourselves in need of the same thing, look for this ship again, or a similar ship down here at the docks.
It's a very mundane plane. It's
Well,
going to be
Does the
hard.
ship like
I've seen
have a
three
name?
Well,
Just
it's still
it
appreciated.
might be that he's on it, or it might be that
Yeah.
I'm on it, picking up the next people that make
That
the
is
trip.
fair.
But if most of us have made it, there should be a lot of us out there. So
yeah.
if I can ever return the favor, and you find yourself out this way, don't hesitate.
Of course. Well, and same to you. If we ever run back into each other on this continent, we'll have your back.
And she gives a little
I'm-
polite bow. Go ahead.
Gonna write my name on a piece of paper and just say, if you ever need me, you can try to find me. And just so
Okay.
she has my name if she wants to ever
Oh, do like
Ask
like
around to
sending or
find
something, or like a yeah,
something,
Sure.
some way to find, because we never told her our names.
Right.
No, and
So,
yeah.
She has no idea who we are, but if she
We
ever
just
needs
jumped
to
into
find
helping
us,
some
Yeah.
random scared woman.
Now that you
It's
know
all
each
good.
other, she could contact you via some sort of divination spell for sure. Yeah.
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 Even if she doesn't know it, one of these other escape wizards probably does, right?
Mhm.
And yeah, she takes it, gives a little polite bow, runs up onto the ship. She and the man shake hands, and you hear a couple other voices, getting the ship ready to leave. And she goes out of view for a couple of minutes, but a couple minutes later, comes back, and as they are starting to shove off, gives a little wave. And yeah, they go.
Oh. They'll be okay. I'm sure they'll be okay.
It shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
Or they'll be dead. Who knows? Let's go.
That's fair. Which
You,
will
you,
also
you
be okay.
quickly took the moment out of that one.
We have other things to do.
Yeah.
It's good to do
Yes.
a nice, kind
Okay.
act, but we still have our own shit to deal with.
Yeah. So
Speaking of, what
other
letter
things,
was on
Our own creepy letter.
What letter was on our letter? Did we have a signature?
our letter was
No, we didn't.
unsigned.
I just found it. Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah,
so-
it was just go to the smithy.
Go to the smithy, little secret code.
Yeah.
It's pinned in Discord if
Yeah.
you guys want to read it. But speaking of, we are gonna actually take our first little bathroom break here, and we'll be back in 5 minutes or so
Forge.
to do that, to have that meeting.
music.
All right, so be right back, everybody. Breaks. are back. I gotta take a minute to catch up on chat, and then we'll progress things. To get over here, actually. We're talking about knee stress? Don't I know it? I literally have extra bone in my knee. It's not fun.
Oh,
Do you
boy.
really?
Both of them, actually. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Not an extra bone, just like an extra bit of bone. Anyway, it's the whole thing.
You know, babies don't have kneecaps until they're like
Yes.
6.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yep.
Just jelly
also
over
have-
there.
But like
Yeah, they also have a
sometimes not
fused
even
skull.
developed till 10. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's wild. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Babies are weird.
Creepy.
Yeah, babies
Kids are
creepy.
weird, man.
And their posture is so good because it hasn't been messed up by the world yet.
As I'm
Is
sitting
it
here.
Yeah.
good? They
Yeah.
have the reverse
Yeah.
posture problem, I feel like. Like, they don't hunch. They just do, like, this real hard.
Yeah.
They got reverse posture problem.
I
Square
have
up,
more bone than I
kids.
need. Yes, Marion. Speaking of weird babies, everybody go see Alien Romulus.
I did.
I've seen a clip
Oh my
from
gosh,
that, and
I'm
I'm going
so
to watch
happy
the
it's
movie.
good though.
It's good.
I'm glad it's good.
It's so good.
I'm glad it's
It's
good. Fuck
fun.
yeah.
It's a great time. It was. It
Do
was
I
what we
have to
needed.
have seen Covenant? Because that's the one
No.
I haven't
No,
seen.
you don't have to see anything.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay,
can
cool.
watch it
Uh-uh.
entirely on its own. I think it benefits from having seen the other ones,
Yeah.
appreciating the lore stuff, but no.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see Covenant either. I watched, I think, all the other ones, but anyway.
Yeah. There's like a
Sure,
couple
so
fan
good.
servicey moments
Right.
that would make
Okay.
more sense, but
That's
there's
fair.
not. Like,
How about the weather? Weather's actually pretty shit today. It rained really hard.
Yeah.
Dang.
In
Can
the
confirm my
1 minute that
offspring
I
has
ordered food and it
knees
needed
at
to get
7 years.
delivered, it just rained.
I'm glad your offspring has knees.
I still have a baby, or I still have a month and a half of baby jail.
What does baby jail mean?
Are you
Meaning
just
new
throwing kids
parents?
into a gladiatorial
Are you
arena?
a parent and that is baby jail?
Oh, okay. That makes
I
more
think
sense.
that's the meaning.
Mm,
But yes, it's quite good.
Good to know.
Not the baby, by the way, alien. I have no
Baby's
idea how
knees
you
are
how the
also
baby
good.
is.
I hope the baby is also quite good.
I hope that baby's a hellion.
That's daycare?
Daycare.
True. I used to be a teacher. I understand.
True facts.
Okay, so returning from the docks, as I said, it was about midday, so now it's early afternoon or so by the time you make your way over to the cathedral. And up close, it's really something else. You know, it's this big golden building. It's sort of a fusion of an old Greco-Roman style temple with the big columns in the front, and then on the top it has more of a Gothic cathedral kind of thing with like the diagonal like buttresses or whatever and the big spires.
Okay.
And it's all entirely gilded, barely faded in any areas, unlike everything else in town. A little difficult to look at almost on this sunny day, because of how reflective it is. Yeah, it's built-in vampire protection, and it's got a big staircase leading up to it. And on the staircase is these 12 knights, 6 on either side. These are like these legendary like paladins of the church. You know, like the certified badasses, right?
Statues
this,
or
like,
real
elite
people?
order of mage knights. Sorry? Oh, statues, real
Yeah.
people. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I thought
12 of
statues
them.
oh, just
well.
like hanging
No.
out on the stairs.
They're just on like permanent guard duty. Yeah.
Okay, so like
Golems. Oh, no.
Oh, that's
Buckingham Palace
terrifying.
dudes.
Well, maybe not permanent. They have shifts, but there's 12 of them permanently.
So like the Buckingham Palace dudes with the fuzzy hats, they're just out
Yeah,
stationed
or like the Swiss
around
Guard
places.
of the Vatican,
Okay,
more like. But
got
yeah.
it. Makes sense. Less
Got
weird. Still weird, but less weird.
Yeah. And yeah, they're like, you know, your typical gold armor paladin types.
Yeah.
All
Fancy.
human Drake blood or nether blood, all local people. And you know, obviously a big empty square in front of it, big courtyard, and then all the way across the courtyard is more normal city, and amidst that is a blacksmith shop. Just the one. There's none you could mistake it for. Let me pull up the letter actually, just for the people at home.
Yeah.
There we go. It says,
Who wants
as
to
you
approach it?
have no doubt. Let me just read it again real quick. As you have no doubt noticed, you have done something that has had consequences. The witch attack is just the beginning. We cannot understate the urgency. We are not angry with you. You could not have known. You have not been allowed to know. The 5 of you will come to Imperia. You will go to the smithy across the road from Santa Shari's Cathedral. You will tell them you would like to buy a dagger. When they ask why, you will tell them that you lost your old one in northeast Devaria. We will explain. You will help make things right. Keep it secret. Destroy this letter. And so yes, now you are.
Should we destroy the letter?
You did destroy
You
the
did.
letter.
I lit it on fire before anyone else could read it.
Okay.
Yep.
But in character,
good.
there's a
We're all
couple of
going
these
off.
now, so.
Based off of your
Straight up.
word alone.
Yeah. I remember everything.
Yes.
Thank God.
I'm good at
Thank God someone does.
Okay.
Questionable
Cool.
drink, a consequence. That's good.
Consequence. That's really good.
All right. So,
Yeah, so the ordinary-looking smith shop, a sort of open-air forge out front, and then a small building attached to it, closed, and a couple of swords and axes and stuff hanging on a wall behind the forge, and a young man, probably in his early 20s, hammering away at a sword as you approach him.
hello. Got a nice sword.
It's like, good morning. Thank you. I hope it will be when I'm done with it.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. It looks great so far. I haven't seen one better in quite some time.
Speaking of blades, I think I need to buy a dagger.
And there's like a very cinematic like ting, like one final hammer, and then he looks over at you. He's like, "Sorry, that's a very loud motorcycle." Jesus Christ!
The Inquisition's coming. It's coming for you.
No.
I didn't know we had motorcycles.
Yeah, he
This
stops.
changes everything.
He stops hammering. Looks over at you and says, "What for?"
My friend over there. He's gonna point to Myuu over there. I think they lost it somewhere. Isn't that right?
North. East. Nope, north. I forgot the word.
It's
It's
northeast.
Dovria.
Devaria, yeah.
Northeast of Dovria.
Nailed it.
Got there.
I think you're supposed to be a smart one, aren't you?
No.
Oh no.
Oh
I'm not smart. I am stealthy. You don't see me.
And
no.
he just kind of like lets out a sigh and does like one or two more pounds on the sword, quenches it, and then rests it off to the side. He's like, "Well, yeah," like looks around a little bit. Might have one inside. Come on, let's have a look.
Yay! Progress. Bernie will follow.
Who wants to? Oh, Ron's just leaving.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean,
Nope.
they said go inside. Did
mean,
you
yeah.
not want to go inside?
Well,
Oh.
I'm just
We just
constant
wanted-
ambushes. Is all.
Yeah.
At this point, if I get ambushed, whatever, man.
What a mood.
Come at me, bro.
Okay.
You just
I'm
lose all your
fine.
will to live. Are you
I just would
alright?
rather be in the cathedral, okay?
Okay.
That's the
Uh,
reason
Go
why.
For you?
Well, you follow him in and are not immediately stabbed or anything. It's the normal indoors of a shop
Good.
with a counter and everything.
Good way to start.
Immediately
more
being the
weapons and stuff.
primary word there.
Stuff hung up, and yeah, the rest of you follow. Maybe one cautious couple steps back, but you do follow, and he does like a motion to like shut the door behind you, whoever comes in last. And once it's closed, he says, "All right, well," and he reaches down and flips up a carpet, and there's a hatch in the floor.
Okay, well,
Oh, no.
I'm not gonna go down
No, no, no.
hatches without having a conversation.
Nope.
In a room,
nope.
sure.
Not
Hatch, no. Who are
No,
you?
I will shoot you in the foot really quick. I don't like it.
Hey, listen.
She's very good at shooting people in the legs.
True, she's
True.
quite good
I'm
at it.
just the doorman, all right?
Cool.
Is
No-
that
no-
the door?
For who?
Yes. They'll
For
explain.
who?
They'll explain everything down
ants?
there, but I promise you.
no,
I
no,
promise
no,
you.
no,
no. No, 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 no,
All
That's
right,
not
look.
how this goes.
I'll go first. I apparently have a habit of jumping into holes without thoroughly thinking
I'll
it
go
through.
second then, because
All right.
fine.
Oh,
If I get stabbed, it's
hate
on the rest
this.
of you, though.
I hate everything about this.
And he's like got his
but
hands
okay.
up and he is like unarmed and everything, so he's trying very hard not to look threatening.
There are so
he's like,
many
listen,
weapons here.
Listen, I
It'll be
promise
fine."
you, no one here wants to hurt you. They just want to talk to you about what happened the other day. All right?
Great. Can I intuition
we have
this
to be-
individual?
Careful about it. Sure. Yes.
Try and receive the vibes.
Receive
Vibe
the
check.
vibes.
Receive the
check.
vibe.
Good.
Oh,
How
come
good are
on.
these vibe
Don't do this
checks?
to me, Die.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's
Amazing
only
vibe checks.
a 14.
I mean, sure. He seems a bit nervous and worried about something. But otherwise, he doesn't seem like he's hiding anything. You know.
Okay.
And he's certainly not armed. And other
I'm
than
gonna
being
give
in
my
shape for being
halberd
a
to
blacksmith,
hold
he
on
doesn't
to.
seem particularly dangerous.
Yeah, going down with your weapon out sounds good. And okay, all right. So I'm content to go down. I think Roni will add just a like. I'm only going down there for 30 minutes maximum. In case
you-
anyone's coming or
I
wants to
think-
stay upstairs, so that way they can, if we don't come back in 30 minutes, come down.
Are you counting?
Are they going to allow that? Like, I feel like they want to see all of us.
I don't know.
He's like, I
have
think
to
it would
try
be
before
you
easier
can
for
say.
them to explain everything if you all just went together. I think it would just be easier.
That is true.
It would be easier, but that's a scary door, okay? So we have to protect ourselves.
It's just our basement.
I don't like underground.
I'm from the south. We don't have basements.
There's been a lot of fights in basements before recently. Well, not recently.
Nothing good's ever happened in a basement.
Actually, I run my
It's
D&D
actually a
games in the
place that's
basement,
known
so...
for like. I'm sure you
All
do
right,
bad things in those games,
trust it
okay?
now. I trust
Oh.
it now. Let's go to the basement.
All right. Who's
He's like,
going first?
He's
I'll
look,
go
he like looks
Not
at
me.
the door. He's like, look, there's not even a lock on it. like,
Yeah, that's
Anyway.
why I'm like, in 30 minutes I can
basement.
run. Watch me. Track champion. Okay, anyway, let's go down.
Ronnie's
and
slowly getting more and more vicious throughout the session.
looking down, so there's a ladder for like 6 feet, and then after that
Okay.
stairs, because you can't do. It's hard to do stairs out of a trapdoor immediately. You hit your head.
You need a lot of room in that
Yeah.
basement.
And yeah, you're only down a story, maybe a story and a half, right? You're not like going into some crazy deep catacombs or something.
Not again.
And you go down and you go around a corner with like 4 more stairs, and you come out into what looks essentially like a library, a room with some bookshelves and those like, you know, diamond-shaped like scroll slots.
Yep.
And there's a bunch of those, and it's dim. There's like 1 candle on a desk, and as you guys walk up into the middle of the room and are looking around, suddenly a ring of fire appears around you. A magical spell is cast around you. And you hear a voice, a woman's
Oh
voice.
my god.
Hang on.
Daggers are out, by the way.
All right.
They've
Yeah,
been
you
flipped out
draw
of
your
the
weapons,
weapons.
Hey there.
Yeah.
Mahia's on the floor.
Oh,
She's underground and
Damn
there's
it.
fire. She's on the
Oh.
floor. She is full trauma response, cowering on the floor.
Yep.
Oh no.
God.
Do me a favor. Other than, actually, no, never
I'm
mind.
gonna kill that guy upstairs.
Anyway,
gonna run back and kill
as
him?
the fire appears, you hear a a woman's voice start to speak, and it's kind of like echoey and magical, you know. And she's like, she doesn't even get very far. She's just like, "You fool!" and then immediately is cut off.
Like a la Wizard of Oz, like trying to talk through a speaker kind of
right,
thing.
kind of, and is immediately cut off. And a older man walks right through the fire. It was fake. It was an illusion. And he's enough. We don't have time for the illusions and all of this. And he looks down at Mahia, cowering down on the floor. He's like, please, young lady, stand up. We don't have time for all of this. And he snaps his fingers and dispels the illusion.
Roni, like, holds up a hand and goes into mom mode and is just like, excuse me, we have plenty of time for mental health, okay? And just, like, immediately goes over to Maya and is like, hey, how's it going? What do you need? I know that wasn't a good experience for you. Can you stand? Like, she's just, like, going through the motions of, like, let's try and help this situation. I don't give a fuck what that old man has to say.
I love this. This energy I'm here for.
She's like, I'm the healer. I'm here to support.
As this is happening,
That road is
right?
going to step between the wizard and this if he tries to approach her and tries to interrupt whatever's going on.
So what you're looking at real quick, you're looking at an older man, sort of a Gandalf type with like a gray beard, right?
Okay.
And like a walking stick, like a staff.
Incredible.
And next to him is a middle-aged woman, also a mage look about her, but wearing like light armor as well. So she might be like sort of a mage warrior type.
Okay.
And she's just like, oh, come on, like she has like disappointed look on her face, like she's frustrated with him. And a few more candles come on magically, and yeah, you're in this library. And he's like, I must apologize. We don't do this very often. We haven't had anyone new in forever.
In the basement? It's because you're in a
Quite right.
basement. If you like went, like, you
Well,
know.
we're trying to keep it a
Fire's
secret,
not
you know?
usually the place to start.
Especially in a basement.
It's
Yes,
true.
well, as you'll come to understand, my daughter here does have some reason to be upset with you. But what I think is best is if we...
With us?
Oh, yes.
Machia and I both look at each other like,
Even
what are we
I
doing?
haven't
Three of us who
never-
didn't
why
go down are
mad
just
at
like,
me?
what the fuck?
When you understand what you did a few days ago, you will understand why everyone's a bit on edge at the moment. But please,
I don't like your tone.
allow me to start over. And he does a little bow and offers a hand for a handshake. Says, my name is Emmerich.
Mm-hmm.
This is my daughter Xana, and we keep old knowledge here. Things that
Yeah, I'm normally very thrilled about that, but you caused a panic attack, so now I'm upset.
for which I do sincerely apologize.
Keep knowledge in a
Thank you.
basement
I still
under a
hate you.
blacksmith?
Oh,
So, yes, well,
And no one's gonna check under the blacksmith for the library.
the idea is that we are hiding right under the nose of our enemy.
Enemy.
Smart.
Okay, let's start from the beginning here. One, how do you know us?
Well, you've already met another member of our family, as you know him, Captain Corvey, over in Ankos.
Uh-huh. What is your family, per se?
Well, our surname is Brona. We are from, as says in your note, well, we are from Ybor. Our ancestors are from northeast Dovaria.
Pretend I did exactly what that letter said to do, and it was burn it. And I need you to very quickly word exactly what's happening.
We're getting there, yes. And he waves his hand, and a table and chairs slides over. He says, please, this is going to take a few moments. And he sits down.
Better take less than a few. I have a scythe, and I have cut a lot of grass.
somebody's
Ronnie,
in a mood today.
Ronnie, I think it's best if you just have me as a threat and not
No,
you.
let her talk.
swinging.
Let her talk. She's
Just Doing all right by
No,
me.
no. I'm not saying don't talk. Keep going, Ronnie. I'm just saying.
Don't worry, I'll high five you in.
All right.
So, bad cop, got it.
Bad cop, bad cop. I can be the good cop in this situation if the situation calls for it.
You be whatever cop you want to be.
And he sits down, and the woman Zana sits down as well, next to him. So everybody's cool. You guys can continue to stand or sit down whenever you like. But he's like, so let me first quickly go over, and he gestures at Theodosia for our elvish friend here, the quick established history as it is known to most people around here. So in
Theo
the year,
grabs one of the chairs really quick and flips it around and does like the cool like biker sit on a chair, and just
So,
gestures.
you got
for...
detention.
What are you gonna do now?
That's the Adosia's ass.
and just
America's ass.
That's Ibor's ass.
and just gestures. Yes, and just gestures for him to continue.
So,
Ernie
and
will start
before of
taking
you
notes.
know this in character, but I'll go over it for mostly for the sake of the audience. But anyway, so in the year 0 on our calendar, an Iborian woman named Ashare is born, and when she then is about 23, she claims to hear a voice. She climbs the mountain that we now know as Mount Ashare, to the east of here, the tallest mountain in the world. She does this alone, in and of itself a bit of a miracle. And when she comes down, she claims to be the wife of a god, a one true god, as opposed to the many that we worshipped beforehand. And for about a period of 10 years, she goes around Ybor, preaching and performing miracles. She lays out rules for her faith, list of forbidden sins, story of her god creating the world, angels, demons, heaven, hell, all of this. In the year 34, she becomes pregnant, and as the term nears its end, she disappears. The legend states that that child will one day return as some sort of messiah. That is the foundations of the Iborian faith that, well, so in the year 355, some centuries later, the King Augustro at the time, declares a holy war, conquers all of Agrum, all of human lands, and destroys all this old mythology, all the records of it. And then in the year 500, a blood moon rose. This happened in your homeland as well. And no one particularly knows why. People have their theories of it. But ultimately, it brought monsters from old legends into the world and gave humans and humanoids magic. And the story is that the clergy claims that God gave us this gift to fight these monsters.
Okay.
So that is where we are all starting from. What I am here...
Actually,
Go ahead.
nope. I'm just speed it up, old man.
All right.
Because we're not starting from there. We all know that. What the
Well.
fuck is the dagger? That's where we're starting from.
I mean,
Yes,
I
sir.
didn't know that, but that's fine.
That's where we're getting to. So, before the Empire, humanity, all these disparate nations, worshipped many gods. And at least a few of them, we believe 7 of them, were real. Immediately, if he said this upstairs, he would be in jail right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, 7, huh?
There may have been others that have now become real as monsters of some sort via the Blood Moon, but that's a whole thing. But we believe that there were 7 before the Empire. And they were shapeshifters of a sort that were worshipped across Agrum under different names in these different cultures. But they were just 7 of them. Even in this time, this was a sort of heresy. But my ancestors were members of a society that kept this knowledge. And they were unkillable. Except, and he gestures at Sephirogen with the dagger on, because you're still carrying it, right?
Yep,
the
yep,
dagger
yep,
sheath
yep.
on your hip. Except by something like that metal that it's made of.
Oh, the metal, not me. Okay, understood. I'm following along.
I think you could kill
You're
gods
good.
too, though.
You're good, but perhaps that good with the blade.
Nope, just confirming I was on the same page as everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I've been called that before, so I just wanted to make sure.
So, somehow, we don't know this, but somehow the god of knowledge and wisdom and such died or was killed via that same metal. And eventually, another god, a god of war and conflict, discovered this fact and had weapons made of this metal. Only a few. It's a rare thing. Now, this god of war disguised themselves as a general in the Iborian military and convinced the king to begin the crusade. Using the chaos of this conquest as a distraction, the god of war killed all of the other gods till it was the only one left. This
Damn.
made it quite powerful. There's sort of a shared pool of power they all draw from.
Uh-huh.
However, in the brief moment at the end of the war, when the last god was killed and when the last inch of Agrum was conquered, there was no war on the world. And so the god of war was quite weak. And in that moment, one of my ancestors betrayed him with that dagger.
Damn.
Oh, did we let him go?
Yes.
Oh. Sephirogen, what did you do?
I think he just described that I let the god of war go in ancient culture, but I'm pretty sure that if I did that, there'd be way bigger signs that happened.
There was a
That is
glowing
exactly
green spirit that
Yeah.
flew out of the dirt.
We
Yes,
can
and the
all
rest
do
of you can
magic,
cast
though. That's
magic.
not that much.
Exactly.
If there's a god of war out there, I'm expecting multiple people to start, starting fights, getting really into some serious violence.
Well,
and,
there's been a
bad
few
men
signs.
maybe
like
everywhere.
going crazy,
or
and
people
killing
going crazy.
That guy killed all his
Exactly.
people.
Yes, thank you.
Oh.
I'm expecting more of that though if he's free, because before he
Wow.
wasn't free at that point. So now
Maybe
it should be
it
amped up
starts
to
small.
11.
So
It
clearly,
will be.
I'm
You're
still
right.
free.
You're right. But it will be a slow process.
Exactly.
Well,
Being
yeah.
asleep
Mm.
for
Scotus
650 or so
stretches
years
legs.
will take the god of war some time to readjust and get to know the new world. I suspect that he will attempt to draw this new war on lines of mages and non-mages. That is the
Oh
easiest
no,
thing to tip.
that is true.
That's fair.
But already there are smaller signs, as you said, the bandits that Captain Corvey directed you to deal with, the immediate attack in town by those witches. Even here
tree.
and the tree.
Okay.
even here in the capital, people are trying to open the old Colosseum.
Oh no.
But that sounds
Okay.
fun, or that's not fun.
Let me be the resident
that like
skeptic.
killing.
It's not like Gladiator.
Any
everything?
conflict, any competition, any conflict, really. It's more appropriate to call them a god of conflict than a god of war, but war is just the most widespread form of it. But any direct competition, particularly of a violent nature, is indirectly an act of worship.
Right.
Oh,
This
So
is
Frozen,
why I'm
you were
asking.
thinking-
so
Oh
complicated.
yeah. I was maybe the resident skeptic here, because this seems to be all highfalutin, very almost mystical in a way. I'm definitely not mystical. I don't know about the rest of these people, but definitely not me. If this is all true, how do we know that you're not just a cult.
You're welcome to examine our records. You're welcome to read my mind if it's within your powers. I have little in the way of hard proof of these claims, I admit. Other than
That's
what
kind
you've
of
seen with your own eyes.
Zeph, I can presage if you would just. I think that's how it's pronounced. Presage if you need
Presage,
divination.
yeah, one of those.
If you would like divination about your questions.
Sure.
We can do that.
Sure.
I don't know what that is.
It's a spell for future
Okay.
prediction.
Zephyrosian doesn't know what
Yeah.
what that
Oh,
is.
like augury?
Yeah.
It's very similar to augury from D&D, yeah.
Yeah. Zephyrosian, no clue about magic.
But yes, that is a totally valid option. Let me just pull it up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a simple 1-minute ritual with cards or bones or tea leaves or whatever is your preferred method, and you ask a question about a course of action. In this case, I suppose the question would be, should we trust this man? Emmerich? And, you know, it'll give you like a yes, no, maybe so, essentially.
Yeah.
So if that's something you want to do, you can go for that. And he won't interrupt you or anything.
I'm happy to do that if the group wants. Just some bone confirmation.
Can't hurt.
Okay, I'll go sit off in the corner
Sure.
and do it.
Yeah, it's 1 minute. Yeah, just will say you do it. Go ahead. Spend 4 SP and
Yep.
and state your question to me.
Should we trust this man's quest for us?
Sure. You get the second read there, which is that the course of action is challenging and dangerous, but rewarding if you succeed.
I tell that to the group.
It's not,
Fair enough.
it's not saying that we should
Pretty
trust
standard.
him.
But if he's telling us that it's a god of war that we have to go after because we set it loose, then of course it is challenging and dangerous. And then if the god of war is put back to death and it can't kill anybody else and start more wars, then that is pretty rewarding if we succeed.
But wouldn't that also mean there's no more gods in the world?
Is it,
Besides,
well, there
what's
haven't
her face
been
with the
for
mountain?
650 years.
True.
And it's kept turning. Perhaps the god of
So
the clergy
was
is also
the-
real, but I do not know. We do not know if there's any truth to their god.
Was the dagger the actual dagger that killed them, or is it just made out of the same material?
It was the actual dagger that killed it. Yeah, that you.
Okay.
Somebody stabbed the war god with it in that moment of weakness at the end of the war, and then hid the body away.
So, like,
And it was just.
What
in there
if-
for the whole time.
what if, like, you stabbed yourself with it? Would you be, like, embedded with, like, weird power? Has anybody tried this?
There's
He's like, no,
There's
no,
a lot.
it's they're to us. They are no more deadly than anything else. They are normal weapons.
Are you sure?
He's like, you're welcome to poke your hand with it. I don't think it will do anything special.
I don't want to stab myself
your
with
leg.
it.
Hey,
Poke your leg.
don't stab yourself with it. That's not bad. There's a lot to process here. You just dropped on us. I would say that we maybe need a bit of time to think.
Of course. We don't have an infinite amount of time, but it will take some time. We're not sure how long, but some number of days or weeks or months before anything particularly severe begins to occur. As powerful
Noted.
as a lone god of this sort is, they still can only be in one place at once, and moving around and
For now.
pushing these dominoes will take them some time.
So that said, even if we were to say hop right on board immediately right now, we wouldn't know where to go with this.
That is
Yeah,
the next,
what do we even
That is
do?
the next part of my speech, if I may, is that you have two options here. Option one is, as you've said, put the dagger back where you found it, right into the God of War's chest, be done with it. A difficult thing to do,
Oh.
because we must first find it. They're certainly disguised. And, even not fully restored, it's not going to be an easy thing, and all we have is this dagger. The second option is wake up all the other gods.
Okay, sir. Yeah. All right, boss.
This is why I said I think we need some time to process that.
I've been processing it for days, and I haven't come to a clear answer either. So, yes, we will do that. The logic there, if I may, I know it sounds ludicrous, the logic there is because they share a pool of power, if they're all awoken again, none of them will be particularly powerful. If things go back to the way they were.
Well,
Relatively
none of them will be
imbalanced.
particularly powerful to each other. But to us,
To
they're
us,
still-
You gotta get him in Inception.
to us, they would be as very powerful wizards who are, unkillable except by these weapons. But in the days before one of them
Just
died,
that.
they all lived in harmony with each other.
How did the people live? If they lived in harmony, I don't care. But how about the people? Did the people live in harmony? Was there prosperous times?
Generally, yes, the wars existed, but they were small. There was battle, there was conflict, but the elements of all the other gods of love and all of these other things counteracted them, and nothing ever went too far out of whack. And it was quite similar to how things have been for the last few hundred years, without the monsters.
Wait, so we bring them back to exist, or we bring them back real quick to kill them, so they're tiny again? I don't
bring
think
them
I'm
back to
understanding.
exist.
Bring them back to
I think-
continue existing,
Oh.
so that
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we
they-
unkill them.
you have a full balanced pantheon again,
okay.
and none of them have too much influence. That would create
I just
friction with the clergy, certainly, because other religions might pop up, but you wouldn't get this global war.
I'm kind of
That
down
only
to
happened
looking
after
for the
one
rest
of them
of the
died.
gods.
Yeah.
Can
I
we
guess my concern with
answer you tomorrow?
Of course. You're welcome to stay here, read through our records, talk with me, and talk amongst yourselves. I'm here to answer your questions,
Appreciated.
and if you need a tie broken, I can break a tie, but I don't think, even I, who have been in this, I realize this is a lot to take in. Even I, who have been carrying this knowledge with me since I was a young boy, this is a lot for me to process, even the fate of the world and all that, Didn't think this would be happening in
Yeah.
my time. So,
existential crises can be like that.
but we can't wait forever. You should
Yep.
begin one of these plans soon.
Understood. Team, do we want to have this conversation here, or do we want to have this conversation elsewhere?
We can make
could
them
use it.
leave.
well, we also have to be
I can
we
use
have
a
to be
drink.
very careful where we have this conversation. Yeah,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I would suggest
We
having
come
it-
up with a fun code name for the gods, I don't know,
if you'd like me to stand over there.
lizards.
Can I get drinks just to go? Can you bring back here this little?
I mean, we could do that too. If
Show hands of ease.
I mean, we could tell them to just
I don't
leave,
care if he
go
hears
up
me
the
say shit
staircase.
about him.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't really
Roddy's
care.
over there ready to throw hands. Holy shit!
He might be able to answer clarifying questions.
Yeah,
we might
exactly.
have.
He can hear whatever I have to say.
Before
and his
before
kid.
you go or whatever, real quick, his daughter Xana speaks up. She says, "If I may, just to lay out the plans a little further before you."
Only if you promise not to immediately set illusory fire everywhere.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, as my father said, Plan A, to re-kill this god of war. What we would like to do is get more of these weapons, so that you and me, we're not just fighting with one dagger, if it comes to an open fight. They can be
You'd be
mined.
surprised what you can do with one dagger.
You would, but if you miss, it's good to have more than one. We believe that you can get more of this ore from, and let me pull up the map. Nope, not here. Here. From the Antoli crater in the woods southwest of here, at the edge of the province. We believe that there are veins of this metal there, and we could potentially bring some back to have them forged.
Do you believe you're capable of forging them, though?
Yes. The forge here, while it may look simple, it can do it.
All right. Toby upstairs didn't look that skilled. But okay.
Well, hey, they're keeping up with the skies, right? And
Fair.
that's where that plan would begin. While you are off doing that, I would be searching the city for leads on who has turned up suddenly and who is making moves and who might be with the skies.
Uh-huh.
Second option, we believe that the god of knowledge, the first one who died, and thus set the balance askew, we believe that its corpse is on top of Mount Ashare.
Of course it is. Wouldn't it be?
Naturally,
Which-
that's where it belongs.
Again, for the map, right up there.
Casual.
Yep.
Okay.
So neither plan is too far away, and teleportation magic exists. So we could wake that one up, and by all accounts, the God of Knowledge is more of a talker than the God of War. They may know where the rest of them are.
If they died first, why would they know where the rest of them are?
Divine magic, I assume.
Ah, that's true.
You don't get to be a God,
God
of
of
Knowledge.
knowledge?
For nothing.
I
Someone
assume
looked
would
at
know things.
Yeah.
Admittedly, it's a hunch, but
True.
I say we
Okay.
find some gods.
Like, what if they all have crazy different temperaments and like there's internal fighting and like knowledge
There
and like
is internal
beauty
fighting.
and
We already
they-
know
Well,
that. They
Let's
fucking
take a
killed each
step
other.
back
Right, so like
real quick.
Yeah.
what if we wake them all up and they're like, no, we don't want to do this.
Yeah.
Let's take a step
Go ahead,
back
Zeph.
real quick because
Yep.
we're all different minds about this.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we should lay down the information we got right away and work our way back from that.
Okay.
So I don't know about you. Even though I was in the Arborian military, not particularly a religious guy.
Mm-hmm.
Might be due to the fact that I'm Netherblood. It might be due to the fact that there's some Zamasian influence there on how I view my relationship with religion and all that. But I'm a little, frightened that there's a god in the first place.
Yeah.
I don't know about the rest of you.
Yeah. I am. But, this is gonna sound probably a little absurd. If it's all real, I don't have the luxury to be afraid of it. And I just have to acknowledge it and make a decision with it.
That's also the thing. If
Yeah.
this is all real, is kind of big in the air too.
Yeah.
I think out of anybody, I trust you to go research this, Ronnie.
Yeah, I wanted to peruse some of these books a little bit with some time. See if
would you like
what
to
information there is.
do that? Spend some of the time today doing that to try to verify?
Yeah,
Yeah, that would
probably
make
would
sense, right?
take a while though. So like, whatever conversation
It would
we're having
be
right now,
hours,
would be,
yeah.
would come first, I think.
would definitely say anyone who... You guys have been traveling for Zephyr Erosion for a little bit. This is probably the most uncomfortable he seemed while he's talking.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm picking up with your foot down. Well, okay. If you guys are willing to wait for me to do some digging alongside these individuals, I can do that, and then we can reconvene and make a decision.
Do your thing, friend.
It's just gonna.
You love a good book, so
True.
I'm sure you've been itching to get your hands.
I have.
Yeah.
I love that for you. I want that for you.
Okay.
Illegal knowledge.
Bring me back some food.
Yeah.
I'm
you
gonna
know
need
what?
some energy to keep up. This is a
I'll
lot.
do that. I can
Okay.
could use a walk.
Okay.
The arthritis is
breather.
kicking me. It's kicking my ass.
So yeah, let's have Roni make a religion check to
You got it.
skim all these books. The rest of you can go out, come back. No one harms anyone. Everything is fine. You can go out and come back with some dinner or whatever.
Okay. I know that I was skeptical about doing magic in the city, but I feel like this is probably the one time where I might need to.
In
so
here,
I'm going to.
you're with two mages. They don't care. Yeah.
They don't care, but again,
Sure.
this is the capital of the place that has inquisitors that can sense magic. I am
And we are
not.
next to the church.
Yes, we are at the holy city of the church of
think it's-
people
it's
who
probably
don't
not-
want you casting magic.
I hadn't really thought about this beforehand, but it's probably safe to assume that this place is like warded against detection of that
All right,
sort of
cool.
thing, given its location.
Cool. So I am gonna still subtle spell with the 2 extra SP, but I'm going to cast comprehension.
Sure.
So I can
yeah.
just make sure that I can read everything that's in here.
Yeah, some of these are old, and in even if you speak the language, they're just in old ass dialects. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll spend the SP on that.
If that's the case, you're going to spend the SP on that. I will give you advantage on the check.
Oh, okay, cool. And then yeah, I will peruse away with that religion. Next, however long. Let's see. Okay. First one's a 23. The second one is a 30.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna take the 30.
Horrible.
I know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm letting everybody down.
So, in particular, of interest, you find a few things. One of the things you find is a record of Emmerich's ancestors, and their sort of secret society that, for all intents and purposes, no longer exists outside of this room. They were these sort of keepers of lore who knew that, okay, yeah, everybody's worshiping these gods in different ways, but it's the same gods everywhere. And we can't go around telling everybody that because it would induce panic. But we're going to keep the knowledge for knowledge's sake. They may have even been worshiping the god of knowledge themselves.
Okay.
At least indirectly.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And as the war was happening, as the conquest was happening, what they did is they took a collection of the most important documents that you can now see around you, put them on a boat, and sailed here to Imperia as Dovario was being conquered.
Gotcha.
So just slipped out right at the perfect time to then hide under their nose while they were busy burning every book in every other country, not doing it in their own country, and then blend in.
Gotcha.
And then
Okay.
later that same ancestor is probably the same person who killed the God of War.
Okay.
Joining in their elite spy group or whatever, right? So there's that. And then if you'll turn to page 30
Yeah.
of the setting guide,
Yeah.
you realize
Got
that pull it up on stream for everybody. You realize that the domains of these 7 gods that they believe existed line up with a list of sins that the clergy has outlawed or forbidden, or you're gonna call it. It's their sort of their version of the 7 deadly sins, but different.
Mm-hmm.
So you realize that the war god lines up with the sin of fury,
Right.
and the knowledge god lines up with the sin of impertinence. And the others loosely line up with the rest of these as well. But it's likely that the clergy has sort of twisted this. So
Right. Okay.
they're probably all much more complicated than this says. They're more multifaceted. Because
Right.
obviously only 7 gods for an entire breadth of cultures to be worshipping that probably had different aspects to them.
Right. Would it be safe to assume that in enacting these tenets, that would help reduce the power of the other gods while Warman went around murdering them all?
Not while they're all still dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I thought the religion was established while while the war was still happening, not after. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So, well, yeah. These were. It said they were like written sort of one at a time, not all at once. Some of them were always forbidden from the beginning.
Right.
But now it does line up.
Okay. Got it.
And Emmerich had said earlier that, you know, by doing any act of competition, particularly violent conflict, you're sort of indirectly worshiping the war god.
Right.
It probably works the same for all the other ones. So if you're doing research, you're worshiping the knowledge god. If you're doing anything else, so forth. But without the full list of their domains exactly, it's hard to say how they break down.
Gotcha. All right.
And otherwise, you don't find any
Yeah.
major holes in his story. You believe that it's all above board. Obviously, he doesn't know everything. These records don't have everything. You're just working off of the best of the theory. But yeah.
Right. Are there any additional notes about Ashare and her origins and
Not really.
the mountain?
Their research was all focused on the old gods, as it were. They speculate that certainly Ashari lived. She was a real historical person who probably did do magic of some sort before anyone else. And that the god that gave it to her might be real, but they can't prove or disprove it either way.
Okay. Cool. Anything y'all wanted to do while that multi-hour research session was happening?
So, like, how do you say we want to wake up many gods, right? One of them is dead. Do we get secret, like, necromancy powers? Bath salts? Like, how do we wake them up?
I think we just pull their blade out of their body.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just like
They're all
war god.
stabbed by some...
Do we get to keep them? Could we keep the
In
blades
theory.
after?
Well, we kept the one we found
You've
so
been
far.
carrying the one around.
And they want to make more and give them to us, so...
If you do
If
plan A,
you're
they want you
planning
to
on
go
killing.
mine more to have a fight. If you do plan B, they're like, okay, well, if you're not fighting them, we don't need them. We can just go let them all out, and then everything will return, restore balance to the Force, and yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Also, allegedly that you'll be able to fight the God of War, it's all...
Fair.
It's fully... This is what I was saying at the beginning of this show, where, like, it's up to you guys. Whatever you guys pick, whatever happens, happens. There are pros and cons to both plans. They're both super dangerous.
Sure.
It's whichever you guys think is more...
I mean, we wake
right.
up a bunch of gods, and they, like, owe us one, right? Like, we woke you up,
Potentially.
so...
I'm down
a bunch
from
of gods
some,
should
some
be-
godlike power.
I see why you're not an
Could be
Inquisitor
cool.
anymore.
Theoretically,
Yeah.
they kill us all.
Theoretically,
why-
Also, yeah.
But nothing that we know points to that. They lived in harmony before. What's to say that's going to change? That they're going to suddenly become malevolent. They were benevolent before.
Well, it wasn't so much they were benevolent or malevolent, but that their power was significantly limited to small, subtle miracles, you know, rather
They were
than
neutral.
like big stuff. Until one of them died, and now suddenly instead of all having 1/7 of the power, they all had 1/6 of the power, and that was enough for the God of War to make a big war.
Typical,
Great.
Yeah.
If you divide it 7 ways, none of them have enough power to do anything terribly significant.
Got it.
Cool. Well, when everyone gets back, I will gladly relay that so far everything seems to check out. I'm not. My follow-up questions with everyone here is, what do we know that is at the crater or the mountain? What specific? What happens in either of those regions?
Oh, sure. Yeah, general.
Like, is Mount
knowledge.
Ashare generally protected?
Yeah, you have to roll
like,
for that.
super heavy?
Emmerich and Xana can just tell you.
Yeah.
So the crater in the woods is sort of mysterious, not super well known. Generally believed to be inhabited by monsters. And it was an impact crater from a long time ago. No one's really sure. But interestingly, it has not grown over with vegetation at any point. It's still barren after 1, 2, 3,000 years, a long time.
Gotcha. When they say that it's inhabited by monsters, do they mean intelligent creatures that we treat as monsters, or just...
Probably more like true monsters, yeah.
Okay.
On the other hand, the mountain, a bit more of a complicated history. It, like I said, it's the mountain where Ashare supposedly first met God and started the religion. At the foot of it is a village where they believe she was born. It's still to this day a very small village because it's just kind of barren over there, mountain, you know.
Okay.
And there's actually an entrance to the dwarven roads there. It was actually the place where first contact with the dwarves was made. They happened to dig up right under the holiest of holy sites, and that almost started a war. But cooler heads prevailed. And so now there is just a permanent access point to the dwarven roads there. As far as the top of the mountain, nobody really knows. There's not really even an official position on it. Angels are often seen, or reported to be seen, in like the mid-level of it, but the top level of it is usually cloud covered, and so as far as anyone knows, no one has been up there since Ashare.
And there's no, like, clergy or inquisitorial presence there?
In the village there is. They have a
but the
church,
village is
and
extremely small.
the village is small. They have a small garrison of inquisitors. And yeah, I guess they don't feel a need to guard the mountain because the angels have it covered.
Okay. Got
Fair
it.
enough.
Great.
Every now and then someone will try to climb it and they do not come back. Or they only get partway up and turn around.
Okay.
Okay.
I
Got
can
it.
only hope they freeze
And
to
then-
death.
Yeah.
In either of these options, in the big world picture, the clergy's going to be like big bad one way or another, right? Are they going to start like people are freaking out because like
So
either
if
the
you-
big
if you
war
manage
guys don't
to
kill
just-
him?
If you
or
manage
that's-
to just re-kill the God of War before anything horrible happens,
Yeah.
things kind of just continue on as they are now. You kind of preserve the status quo.
Got it.
Okay.
Good and
Okay.
bad. If you let all the gods out, then perhaps there's a global crisis of faith, and things change, for better or for worse.
Huh. That's kind of fun. Interesting. Spice it up a little.
I like it.
Same.
No, I'm not. Kind of fun. Kind of into waking up dead people.
So shall we say then
What could go wrong?
Yeah.
that we let me see what time is it. Hang on. let's do
21 Eastern.
let's do our second little ad break. You guys can think about it a little bit more out of character, and then what will happen is it'll be the next morning. You can reconvene and make your choice, and then we'll kind of wind things down and plan the future from there.
Okay.
All right.
Fair.
Sounds
Fair.
like a plan.
Fair.
So let me put us on
Sounds
break mode.
good.
We will be back very shortly. Okay, we're back. So yeah, it can be the evening now, back at the inn. You can reconvene if anyone needs to say... Oh, wait, real quick. Chat. This will be when we come back from ad breaks.
Yes.
Consequences. I read that already.
Mm-hmm.
Sonic Adventure 2 Knuckles oh no vibes. Oh no.
Ah,
Oh no!
All right. don't kill Toby at the smithy. He has a name, I just didn't say it.
Yeah.
Listen,
Is it
Toby's
Toby?
on my shit list.
It might be Toby.
Toby now.
If the God of War doesn't say boy in a deep voice, I'm going to riot. We'll see. They may not even meet the God of War if they do the other thing, but who knows?
It's true.
Boy.
Theodosia getting into a rap stance. Like, rap for you kids.
Well, getting murdered wouldn't sour the god's dispositions.
No, absolutely not.
No, it's fine, right? That's what happens
Oh, it's
anyway.
good. Everything's
10,000 years will give you such a cricket.
He's such a cricket in the neck.
That's it, though. No grudge.
All right.
No grudge whatsoever.
Very good. So, coming back, yes, you guys can reconvene at an inn for the evening and talk things over and figure out how everybody's feeling, what you plan to say in the morning when you reconvene at the smithy again. Go ahead.
Okay.
I would say Zephyrogen did not return back to the smithy that evening.
Oh no.
Here, so we just find you at the inn then.
He's several cups in
Okay.
Oh.
at the inn.
Oh no.
Are you okay?
In at the inn.
Is his shirt on?
The shirt may or may just is opened up at this point.
Sure.
It's still on, it's
Letting
just
it breathe.
open.
Like it's like
Yeah.
hanging off a little. Like
Yeah, let it breathe a little bit. You know when you get like that level of drunk where you're starting to sweat?
Yeah.
yeah.
That's the
Right.
level of drunk he's at right now.
Okay. Are you okay? Do you need some water?
I'll,
Bread?
I'll slide on next to Zephyrosion. Okay, buddy. This is tulip.
Yeah. I should be fine, right? Yeah. Everything
Should
kind
be.
of.
Should be.
What are you worrying about?
Well, I mean, that was a lot, right? Not just for you guys.
Just
but
a
also
reminder
for
that
me, right?
you're at the bar right now. There are other people around to carry on.
Yeah.
Keep it on the down low.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, meeting those crazy pigs in the basement was really crazy, right? Really
Yeah.
crazy, wild
yeah,
pigs.
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And why exactly are you upset about the pigs?
I'm just a guy.
Yeah.
I was a soldier. I was a bad soldier.
We're all just little guys.
I was a criminal.
Just a little guy.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just normal men.
we're just normal.
Which is normal. I'm just a normal guy.
I'm a man.
We're normal men.
I bleed like a normal guy.
I know. But so do pigs. We just learned that.
Yeah.
And now we
And
get
I
to do
released
normal guy
the
stuff.
top pig.
You released one pig.
The war pig, if you will.
The war pig. I released the war
Generals
pig.
gathered in.
You released one pig, and I was there
Listen,
too. I'll share
Any
some
of us
that
could have
with
done
you.
it. Yeah,
It's true.
it could have been any one of us.
The other three would have gladly picked up anything with less
yeah,
complication.
Sure.
Coulda.
rest the band.
Maya and I look at each other like.
No, we fucking wouldn't.
Coulda. Like,
One
dude.
of you really likes taking pretty things. The other one is questionable at best with morals. And Mahia, you're just kind of cool. So you might just be like, this is eat and touch it. I don't know.
I'm honored.
You're welcome.
I
Either
mean,
way.
I'm cool most of the time to the touch.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Well,
Joke about
yeah,
skin
so-
temperature. Yeah.
Same thing. So, it's okay. Now we can fix it, though. Now is an opportunity to solve the problem of the pig.
You didn't do it.
I was right there with you.
You
I
were there.
encouraged you.
I did it.
Yeah. You did. But that's okay.
And now we're gonna fix it
Yeah.
together. We're gonna go kill the pigs.
I consider you one of my friends, and I would fight pigs with many friends.
You would fight a pig that ripped the skin off your body with no issue.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
alongside a
Or
good friend.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or
Say
we
less.
release the other pigs. Let the pigs roam free, and then the pigs are less porcine.
Or something.
So they're free range pigs.
Yes.
The pigs,
Theodore's
have
hungry
to,
now.
the pigs have to share the food.
Yeah. You know?
I think the weight of this is losing when we refer to as pigs.
Well, maybe then that's what we do to get through this, you know? We don't let them have as much
Great
power
quote,
over
Megan.
us. We use our words
We're just
wisely.
pigs.
Words only
Just
have as much
pigs.
power as you give them, so we
Leads
can
we
switch
can
some
kill it.
stuff around.
What if we killed them?
What if?
Awaken the pigs.
No.
What if we got rid of all of
Awaken.
them permanently?
Yeah.
But they're already
We got the
pigs.
most pre-dead. Ain't exactly dead.
Yeah, they're kind of stasis pigs. They just lie around a lot,
Mm,
sleeping.
that's really terrifying if you think about it.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't. Even if we were going to kill the pig, the god, nope, the war pig.
Nope, not that one. What was that?
The war pig.
I
War
meant to say
pig.
dog, but I said it backwards.
It's the accent you see.
Yes.
yeah.
If we're getting rid of all pigs, then we have to kill.
War pigs too. Yes.
War pig
Yeah.
and the other pig that's
And
still
additional
around.
pigs.
That's quite a lot.
That's a lot of pigs.
If everyone's
I mean,
a pig,
it's-
no one's a pig.
It's all a lot, you know?
That's kind of my point. If everyone's a pig, no one's a pig.
Yeah.
I don't think everybody can be a pig.
I'm not a pig.
Only pigs can be pigs.
Okay, this is.
But either way.
We're starting to get really
You could
weird with
just-
this
Yeah.
now.
You could just go up to the room
Should
and speak
we?
plainly.
Go to our room.
This is so much
Yeah.
better.
It reduces the weight of the horror that is looming over everybody, and that is okay.
When do we have to vote about the pigs? Tomorrow morning?
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
I personally would restore the pigs.
All those in favor of restoring the pigs?
Waking them up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smelling salts.
That's democracy. 3.5.
That is
I
democracy.
could go
But-
either way, to be honest.
3 and a shrug.
Yeah, I know. Your morals are all over the place.
Listen, I'm just here for a good time, and I want
Yeah.
the best story I can get out of it. And if that comes with some shaky morals, listen,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna die. It's gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Look.
the way she thinks.
I'm with Pandora, but if we're gonna do this, we're gonna need a contingency plan
Yeah.
in case they all turn out like the war pig.
Yeah.
Well, the contingency
Mm.
plan would be to then go to the crater, get the thing, and make more daggers and
The
put them all
contingency
back
plan
down.
is the sequel.
Yeah, contingency plan is just full plan A, just with more of it.
Yeah.
More pigs.
well,
more skewers.
hold on.
More spears.
We already
More
have.
spear skewing skewers.
Hold the phone there, or hold the letter. We already have one item capable of taking care of the pigs. And if we're going around to where the other pigs are, Roni is still referring to them as pigs, even though we're upstairs now. Like, she just
Oh,
did
we're
not-
upstairs. I've been referring to as pigs too. So
it
it's
was
all good.
suggested, and I was just like, nobody said no, so I was like, whatever.
Sure.
And like, if we're gonna go to another sleeping pig and take the thing out of it,
Yep.
then that's 2. We don't need to also go to the crater for more, because we'll end up with
Yeah, in theory, if you
7.
wake up the one that you know about, you'll then have a weapon to kill it if you need to as well. Yes.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I just
You
want
just
a
can't miss.
contingency plan.
I'm fine
I'm
with
good. I'm good, but I ain't that good.
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
If any of the pigs wake up sassy, we got it. But I
Well,
feel
that's
like they'll
unfair.
be amicable, reasonable. Like,
Wait, how's that
I
unfair?
think they're gonna be
I think we're good.
like, if they wake up and they're mad and they lose their minds, then we'll force
Well-
to, you know.
Granted, the
Stabby
war
stab.
one just left in a green whoosh, so
true.
it's not like it was mad at us right away. We have to go seek them out,
That's true.
ask if they're okay. Unless,
Fair.
who knows? Maybe knowledge will be like, "Yo, I'm right here. Let's chat."
On
I said,
brand.
All right.
I'm following you guys, but this
All right.
I needed a contingency plan.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got the vote pretty settled. So in that case, let's keep moving. You go to bed. In the morning, you wake up. You didn't get any spell points or anything back. You return to Smithy. You don't have to go through the code or anything again. The young man just kind of nods for you to go inside. You do. You go down, and Emmerich and Zana are there, and they're like, "Good morning. Have we come to a conclusion, or are there more questions I can answer for you?"
We're gonna save every pig. God.
Pig
We're
guy.
gonna awaken the pigs.
I didn't know
They
one of them
wake up
was, had,
sassy.
a pig.
They ain't
going.
waking back up.
Sorry, we were talking in public
Apologize.
and we had to come up with other words and yeah. Anyway, yes.
It's significantly less scary to call them pigs.
Plan B then.
Yeah.
Yes.
So honestly that they're both plan A's because both locations start with A, and that's just weird.
I suppose that's true.
And someone pointed out,
Hmm.
if we pull out the knives or whatever they have in them, we still have weapons.
Yep.
So you do. Though, from what we know, it's not in all of their natures to be fighters. They are sort of bound by their domain. You know, the god of war must do war. It just as you must breathe, right? It can't help it. The god of knowledge seeks to enhance and share and create knowledge. So, hopefully, if our records are correct, it will wish to speak with you.
Right.
One is saying that you're making an educated wish right now. I
You
deal
might say
in some
that.
tactics. So just in case, the knowledge one wants to do more than just speak and steal knowledge. For example,
collect.
I would like... True.
Not all
Collect
knowledge
knowledge.
is stolen.
Collect knowledge forcibly.
Hmm.
Leaving, people dead. I'd like to have an ability to defeat that.
And we will, because you're gonna pull it right out of him. And you've got
Yeah.
another one in your pocket.
Wait, why me?
Well, I was saying you as the royal we.
Just because you're the strong one.
Oh,
do
okay.
it. Like, I'll.
The royal you, you know.
All right, I was worried you were going to make me do it again.
No, I would not.
I already have the guilt of the first
I-
one.
No, I would never do that. That sounds traumatic and painful. And
I literally volunteer to do it the next time we have to do it, so don't you worry
Sure.
about it.
And so Emmerich stands up and says, "Very well. Suppose we're in agreement then." And he walks over to one of the cabinets of scrolls and flips through, digging through, he finds, yes, this. Very good. He says, "This is a teleportation scroll. I shall accompany you to the village, not up the mountain. I'm a bit too old for that. But tomorrow, we teleport to
the scroll
Asharia
takes us
village.
straight to the village.
Straight to the village. And back
Oh.
again.
We're going to be dealing with some pigs. Got it.
Take whatever
Okay.
time you need here in the city today to prepare, rest, be a long hike."
Yeah. Very. You know, speaking of taking time to prepare, I'm probably gonna spend some time doing a little soul searching and some. I know you're not super religious, Abrosion, but if you would like to come with me to the Citadel Cathedral to kind of just have some peace and quiet.
So the cathedral's not open to general public.
Yeah, but she's gonna go like nearby, like
Yeah,
'cause
people-
that's
people
still
pray in
a
front
place
of
where
it.
it's
Just
important.
chillax right next
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah, like that's
people
a place
do,
that's
do
important.
pray in front of
It's-
it. That's
yeah.
normal, yes.
You're welcome to come with me. Is what I'm saying. If you need a,
Nah, I'd like that. Just sitting.
you
in
don't
it
have
is
to
good.
say scripture.
Good. I don't remember any of it. So
Me
we're
neither,
good.
honestly. Well, actually, I do remember all of it, but I just don't care.
Yeah, just gotta get my head around this whole thing. It's a little bigger than me.
We can do some of this next time at the beginning of the session. Does anyone have anything immediately that they are like, I need to buy this or I want to prep that? We can also do this at the beginning of next time.
I will need to think. I have a lot of money, so
Okay. I feel like there's
Well, I don't have as much
something
money as I
I'm
would
gonna
like.
want to do, but
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is
Yeah.
yet.
Next time, then. We'll do it at the beginning. I'll just kind of start winding down here, then. Improvement points. In the interest of making the beta test go burr, and keep going, I'm just going to give you guys the big major development 30 IP for this session.
Oh, okay.
Obviously
for the pigs.
you didn't fight
For the
anything, but
pigs.
big plot development, right?
Excelente.
And I want you to buy
Love it.
features and stuff, so
Baller.
All right.
that we continue to explore that.
To verify, does that mean everyone has gained a total of 70? Is my math correct, or am I
We
missing
should
something?
be at 70. Yes.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, 70 since
I've been
the
tracking,
beginning.
but
yeah.
great.
Which doesn't mean you
Depending
all
on
could
what-
now afford a new feature. We can go over that next time as well, or in between, and then tell everybody about it next time.
Cool.
I believe
Yeah.
I had 10 left over, so I think I might have 80.
You,
We've
yeah,
gained
should be at
70.
if you
yes.
started with 10, as some of you did,
Okay.
then you're at 80. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I think I am also then.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
only Mitch used all of it. I think the rest of you had 10.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
What
I'm like that, and then I hoard it all and never spend it.
if I need it?
afterwards.
Mitch is the finale. What if I need it? Yeah, that is basically the end. Chat, cast, how we feeling? Any game design notes? Anything we should talk about?
Not
No,
so
I'm
far.
excited to awaken the gods.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or more
yeah.
notes, I guess,
Pigs.
but it was
And
mostly
see
just
if
talking
any of
about lore.
them those war pigs or those pigs are dangerous or not.
Toby
Well,
Tobeans
who's-
is a good
Barnett.
name for a cat or a gangster or a cat gangster. Good.
Mhm.
Correct.
Now, see?
Meow. I
Meow,
love
see?
it.
Correct.
Amazing.
We love a lore episode.
Yeah.
Lore
Yeah.
episodes are amazing.
We had our traveling episode last time, the
Right.
lore episode this time.
And then back to
Yeah.
business, back to killing shit next time.
Yeah.
Then-
Oh yeah.
Existential
Yeah,
crisis
my business is
going
lore
on,
and
you know?
RP.
Exactly.
Isn't
Had
the
to
only
fill out a
business.
kill count.
Just because I am human McFighter Man does not mean I cannot roleplay.
Yeah, you've
I
got
mean, you
depth.
you're Devil Guy McFighter Man.
Devilman Crybaby, is that you?
What? Well,
Devilman Fight Man.
the man tier boy.
Devilman Fight Pig.
So yes, general wrap up stuff. We should be back live again in theory on September 2nd. The
So
next episode,
I hate to be the one, but I will not be in the country. So
we may pre-record
Figure
an
that out.
episode for September 2nd, but we'll
Yes.
let you know. We'll figure it
Yes.
out.
You guys are the first ones.
We'll be back eventually. So
With
stay
more lore?
subscribed, hit the bell or whatever. Follow on social for updates in Discord.
Do the thing.
As always, you can play the game for yourself. It's free. Link in the description. You can read along
It's
all
fun.
that, not all the lore that I just said, because some of it is new and secret, but the old official lore. You can read on that in the setting guide book. Give all these folks a follow. Links for them in the description. And as always, tell your friends.
Yeah.
Do it.
Bye, y'all.
And yeah,
Bye.
that should about do
Bye.
it. Good night, everybody.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Farewell. Goodbye. Goodbye.